Our Sashtanga pranams to Sri Sri Thakur, Sri Sri Ma and Swamiji Maharaj, and our heartfelt pranams and gratitude to revered Maharaj. We are starting our next session of the discussion from lectures from Colombo to Almora. We are using the book 33rd reprint June 2011, and we are discussing the lecture My Plan of Campaign. We are at page 125. Shall I read, Maharaj?
Yeah, please go ahead.
One word more. I read in the organ of the social reformers that I am called a Shudra and am challenged as to what right a Shudra has to become a Sannyasin. To which I reply, I trace my descent to one at whose feet every Brahmin lays flowers when he utters the words Yamaya Dharmarajaya Chitraguptaya Vai Namaha, and whose descendants are the purest of Kshatriyas. If you believe in your mythology or your Pauranika scriptures, let these so-called reformers know that my caste, apart from other services in the past, ruled half of India for centuries. If my caste is left out of consideration, what will there be left of the present day civilization of India? In Bengal alone, my blood has furnished them with their greatest philosopher, the greatest poet, the greatest historian, the greatest archaeologist, the greatest religious preachers. My blood has furnished India with the greatest of our modern scientists. These detractors ought to have known a little of our own history and to have studied our three castes and learned that the Brahmin, the Kshatriya and the Vaishya have equal right to be Sannyasins. The Trivarnikas have equal right to the Vedas. This is only by the way I just refer to this, but I am not at all hurt if they call me a Shudra. It will be a little reparation for the tyranny of my ancestors over the poor. If I am a pariah, I will be all the more glad, for I am the disciple of a man who, the Brahmin of Brahmins, wanted to cleanse the house of a pariah. Of course, the pariah would not allow him. How could he let this Brahmin Sannyasin come and cleanse his house? And this man woke up in the dead of night, entered surreptitiously the house of this pariah, cleansed his latrine, and with his long hair wiped the place, and that he did day after day in order that he might make himself the servant of all. I bear the feet of that man on my head. He is my hero. That hero's life I will try to imitate. By being the servant of all, a Hindu seeks to uplift himself. That is how the Hindu should uplift the masses, and not by looking for any foreign influence. 20 years of Occidental civilization brings to my mind the illustrations of the man who wants to starve his own friend in a foreign land simply because his friend is popular, simply because he thinks that this man stands in the way of his making money. And the other is the illustration of what genuine orthodox Hinduism itself will do at home. Let any one of our reformers bring out that life ready to serve when a pariah, and then I will sit at his feet and learn, and not before that. 1 ounce of practice is worth 20,000 tons of big talk.
Yeah. So, what did you understand from here? Though it's a very big paragraph.
Yes. So, here he is Swamiji is commenting on that people's misconception and about the caste system, and many of them have challenged his this sannyasihood, because he is they call him as the Shudra. And Swamiji says that that Kshatriyas have actually ruled over the they have made the history of modern India. So, and that is one point, and the second one is he is giving the example of Sri Thakur, that what actual genuine orthodox Hindu, how he is acting.
Hmm. Yeah. Now, if you see, Swamiji is telling, like, if you remember the last lecture, how he was tormented by his own people. Majumdar, Pradap, I think Pradapdar Majumdar, he didn't tell the name, but he indirectly he referred that, and he said how they created a problem and how he created a problem. And for the reason is jealousy, we all know that. Now Swamiji is telling very clearly, the one accusation on me was, I am a Shudra, I belong to Shudra. So being a Shudra, how one can represent a, how can I become a monk? And not only that, how can I preach religion? So this was one of the false claim made on Swami Vivekananda to harm, what do you say, to do the to bring the bad image on him in the Western countries, and the two in the US basically in those days. So Swamiji is telling very clearly, I am not Shudra. Though sannyasi is beyond any caste, but I am not Shudra. I am not Shudra. I belong to Kshatriya. And he gives the example of Yamadharma, Chitragupta and others from Puranic language. They were all Kshatriyas. And he also says that even if you see in the Indian history, half of the Indian time or India country was ruled by Kshatriyas. They not only ruled the country, they also developed the country, they protected the country, they protected the people, and so many other things they did. Without them, so the India would have gone bad. So he's telling about the importance or the greatness of the Kshatriya clan. Afterwards, he's quoting the Manusmriti actually. There, according to the Manu, Brahmana, Kshatriya and Vaishya, all of them have got equal rights to study Vedas. When I've got a right to study Veda, then why can't I become a monk? So, though I being a Kshatriya, I have got a right to study Vedas, then I can become monk as very naturally. That's what he is telling. And also again afterwards he's telling, if some people say that I'm a Shudra, I don't bother. Even if they try to use the word Shudra in a derogative way, I do not bother. Why? Because I have learned this from my master. And he, in a short form, he told the story of Rasika's story. In the Rasika's house, nearby house, Sri Ramakrishna used to go and he used to clean the drainage or the water going area, so that he can remove that pride that I am a Brahmin and I am superior, I am a Uchcho Jati. So that pride Thakur wanted to remove it. That's the reason he went and cleaned. So by cleaning, he is removing physically and mentally both. That she gave example, and he says that, so I am being his disciple. Being his disciple, I will accept others also, and I don't have problem even if some people say that I am Shudra. And also he said that in Bengal, there were a lot of scientists and many people are coming from that. For example, even if you say Brajendranath Seal, Michael Madhusudan Datta, historian Ramesh Chandra Datta, archaeologist Rajendra Lal Mitra, scientist Jagdish Chandra Bose, all of them were pertaining to Bengal. I am giving the examples. So all of them were belong to Kshatriya caste only. So they have done lot of contribution to the India while telling he told. Then, and he quoted Manusmriti and he justified himself. And he's also telling that I will follow Sri Ramakrishna, my master, and who has uplifted the masses through through his life and through his compassion and through his teachings. And that's what he's saying, that by being the servant of all, a Hindu seeks to uplift himself. This is how the Hindus should uplift the masses, and not by looking for any foreign influence. Being an Indian, if there are some problems or mistakes or drawbacks, we should correct, and we should be with the people, and we should uplift the people. Instead of saying that, oh, my country is bad, my religion is bad, my culture is bad, it is all with superstitions, and so whatever comes from West, either Islam or Christianity or any religion comes from the West, it is better, it is more rational, so we shall follow it. Because in those days it was quite common, it was starting, and now also it is happening, now also it is continuing to a certain extent. Though there is a lot of awareness has come, still people all feel that whatever is from West, everything is best, and in other religions everything is perfect. In our religion, in our country, there are always problems, we are not united. All these negative thoughts we have got, and Swamiji is telling it should be removed. An ounce of practice is worth 20,000 tons of big talk. So many people, they say that, oh, we remove the casteism, we should remove the casteism, and all they say. And finally, they will be following the strict caste rules in their own house. So but for an example, we never cared for, we should go beyond religion, we should go beyond caste, we should go beyond any sect, we all tell. And we are today following. So we have got Muslims, we have got Christians, we have got Hindus as monks, and from different ethnicities we have got, from different countries, from different states in India, we welcome everyone. If you are interested in spirituality, if you are leading a pure life, and if you take Sri Ramakrishna's teachings, then come on, you are ready, you can join our monastery. So there is no other, any based on money or based on caste or based on country, there is no discrimination. So when you say that you should go beyond caste, you should really follow it. Oh, we should love people, we say, and afterwards we make discrimination. Is mine, is not mine, she is mine, she is not mine. No. So whoever comes to our dispensary, we all treat everyone equally. For any other works, when we come, we treat everyone equally. So like that, we have to put into practice. All our thoughts should be put into practice. Then only that is used. Otherwise, it is just mere talk or mere discussion will happen. That's what Swamiji is saying. Yeah. So it is basically a reply. These are all replies given by Swamiji regarding the accusations was done on Swamiji in the India and as well as in the West. So here you can understand very clearly how much Swamiji, like Vishakanta, we say for Shiva, how much poison he swallowed. In Samudra Mantana, the Halahala Visha, the poison, deadliest poison came, and Shiva had to drink to protect the human, to protect the entire creation, we say that. So that is on symbolical meaning. Now here you say, Swami Vivekananda also has drunk and swallowed the poison. He has nothing to do. He didn't work for his name and fame. He didn't work for any promotions. He didn't work for power and position or any wealth or anything. He only worked to uplift the masses, to help the Indians, to protect the Hindu Dharma or to spread the Hindu Dharma more and more. But in spite of that, the people who had their own selfish interest, such a mean-minded people, they gave so much trouble to Swamiji. And Swamiji, he bore everything and he didn't become negative in his mindset. He is positive and he is continuing his work. So this can be one of the life lesson for all of us. So small problems in our life, either with family or in working place, we make it very big and we feel, oh, we are in bottomless well. আমরা কত কষ্ট সহ্য করতে হবে নিশ্চয়ই মেবি বেশি আমাদের জন্য ওটাই বেশি কিন্তু স্বামীজির জীবন যদি দেখলে আমরা কত সহ্য করা হলো স্বামীজি যেমন শিব বিশ্বকণ্ঠার মতো হালাহাল বিষ খেলেন এরকম স্বামীজি অনেক কিছু সহ্য করা হলো So what do we learn from this? We should also forbear and we should keep doing good and we should keep going further or forward. That is one of the important life lesson we can learn from this. একটু কষ্টগুলো হয়ে গেলে আমরা নেগেটিভ হয়ে যাই pessimistic negative mindset এরকম এ ঠিক নেই ও ঠিক নেই আমরা বলতে থাকি no that should not be our attitude we have to accept we have to bear it and we should keep going further we should be contributor personalities yeah
Now I come to the reform societies in Madras. They have been very kind to me. They have given me very kind words and they have pointed out, and I heartily agree with them, that there is a difference between the reformers of Bengal and those of Madras. Many of you will remember that I have very often told you that Madras is in a very beautiful state just now. It has not got into the play of action and reaction as Bengal has done. Here there is steady and slow progress all through. Here is growth and not reaction. In many cases and to a certain extent there is a revival in Bengal, but in Madras it is not a revival, it is a growth, a natural growth. As such, I entirely agree with what the reformers point out as the difference between the two peoples, but there is one difference which they do not understand. Some of these societies, I am afraid, try to intimidate me to join them. That is a strange thing for them to attempt. A man who has met starvation face to face for 14 years of his life, who has not known where he will get a meal the next day, where to sleep, cannot be intimidated so easily. A man almost without clothes, who dared to live where the thermometer registered 30 degrees below zero without knowing where the next meal was to come from, cannot be so easily intimidated in India. This is the first thing I will tell them. I have a little will of my own. I have my little experience too, and I have a message for the world which I will deliver without fear and without care for the future. To the reformers, I will point out that I am a greater reformer than any one of them. They want to reform only little bits. I want root and branch reform. Where we differ is in the method. Theirs is the method of destruction. Mine is that of construction. I do not believe in reform. I believe in growth. I do not dare to put myself in the position of God and dictate to our society. This way thou shouldst move and not that. I simply want to be like the squirrel in the building of Rama's bridge, who was quite content to put on the bridge his little quota of sand dust. That is my position. This wonderful.
okay
Okay.
this is a quite a big para
Yes.
it runs for 2 pages
Yes. Yes.
yeah we'll stop here and we'll discuss here
So here Swamiji is giving the comparison.
please do not explain
Okay.
again and again I am trying to tell you I am sorry just give in a nutshell so that people can remember the entire para
So comparison between the reformers of Bengal and Madras, and their difference of opinion means Swamiji is differing from the opinion of the reformers.
So there is a regional difference in the work that is between Madras and Bengal. First, second, Swamiji is telling I have got a method, my method of work. What is that? That is of construction, not of the destruction, which is quite common, which can hold good in every state. If you think, I mean, if you see the whole gist can be summarized in these 2 points, isn't it?
Yes.
But even I also tried to study, but I couldn't understand, or rather, I didn't get a historical reference where someone has denied Swamiji that oh, you are from Bengal, so your ideas, your reform movements and all might be holds good or appropriate for Bengal alone, not for Madras. Did anyone say anything either in the letters or in any historical evidence? At least I didn't get. So someone might have been expressed this idea to Swamiji. That is the reason he's telling that though I am from Bengal, and in the Bengal, of course, it was always revolution. Bengalis are always revolutionaries, and revolution movements came, no doubt. But in southern part of India, by and large, the revolution is not. It is steady growth because they didn't get the problems unlike the North India, East, West, and North part of India. How much they faced, we didn't face. So one is because of Shivaji, and the other time it was of Vijayanagara kingdom. These are the two kingdoms and Marathas. They protected us from the lot of invasions. Either you can say Mughal invasion or from British and other things. It is much less. It happened, no doubt, but it is much, much less compared to Bengal or Northern India or Gujarat, Rajasthan and all. So since there was not so much problem or not so much what you say fighting, so obviously the nature is different. So that's where Swamiji is telling, yes, in Madras there is no revolution movement or reform movement, rather it is a steady growth. I understand that. Here there is a steady and slow progress all through. Here is growth and not reaction. That's what Swamiji is telling very clearly. And afterwards, he's telling he's telling about himself. For 14 years, he had to face struggles. That is from the day of his father's passing away. I keep saying this always. Jakon or Swamiji Baba Moregalo, Odin take Swamiji Jakon o Sharir Chededlen, Okan Parjanto, Agdinu o Mane comfortably chilo bole bolte parinam. আনন্দে ছিল নিশ্চয়ই, কিন্তু যে আমরা কমফর্ট বলি, কমফর্টে ছিল এরকম আমাদের মানে আমার মনে হয় না। So he had to struggle, he had to struggle, he had to struggle. He had to struggle. If you analyze his life, if you remember his life incidents and life happenings, every day he had to struggle, every day he had to struggle. But he was happy, he was blissful. His mind was always seeking Nirvikalpa Samadhi, or his mind was always going towards the upper direction. That is the beauty of Swamiji. But these difficulties, these challenges, problems didn't pull Swamiji's mind. আমাদের একটু ভুল হলো, একটু অসুবিধা হলো, আমরা জপ করতে পারছি না, মন স্থির করতে পারছি না, আমরা আর মন ঠিক নেই, এমন কিছু আমরা বলতে পারি। Maybe that is our nature. But here you see Swamiji, in spite of having all these problems, when his father passed away, they were all rich female Jamindar family. We know that they were all thrown out from the house, became care of footbath. They were eating every day with so many delicacies. Even hardly eating rice, dal and one sabji was difficult for them. And they had lost their house, no property, no money, no even proper clothing, anything. And in spite of all that, Swamiji also still he came to Sri Ramakrishna finding spiritual path. At the same time, he also worked to take care of the family as being a eldest son. Though he had sisters and younger brothers, he worked hard. He tried his best to take care of the family. And afterwards, after Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, he had to take care of the brother monks. He had to guide the Ramakrishna mission. He had to give the shape to that. And also, meanwhile, he had to go and do the court proceedings, and so that he got back his ancestral house. So many struggles he faced. And in spite of that, what is his mission? He wanted to understand. For a few years, he traveled across the India. And there also he had to undergo some troubles, and no proper food, no proper sleep, no proper rest, everything. So much struggle he had to face. Almost for 14 years he had to struggle every day. That's what he's saying. But in spite of that, Swamiji was positive. So we can imagine, we can understand how gigantic will Swamiji is. Gigantic will, like a thunderbolt. Then afterwards he's saying, Swamiji is saying that, yes, because it is my plan of campaign, I have got a plan. I have got my own methodology to work, which I have learned from my master. What is that methodology? What is that methodology? If you say, the method is not the destruction, it is construction. भारत ठीक नहीं, हिंदू धर्म ठीक नहीं, আমাদের वेद उपनिषद এগুলো সব ভুলভাল, superstitious. No, It has got, all of them has got value. All of them have got truth in that. But the way sometimes expressing might not be right, or there are some lacunas may be there in our system. Let us correct it and let us develop. Let us make it better. Instead of that, we are not right, I am not right, our country is not right, our religion is not right. That is the method of destruction. And I should follow others from the Europe or from the America or from other religions or the other scriptures. No, we should try to assimilate any good idea from any religion, from any culture. No doubt, we should accept and assimilate, but we should not leave ourselves. If there is something in Islam and Christianity, some good things, let us understand properly, not making statements. Let us read, let us study deeply, let us try to understand. And if you find any good things, accept it, assimilate it in my own way. And but I should not leave my religion. I should not leave my path. I should not leave my country, or I should not put my country down in any way. That is what he mean. The method, my method is not destruction. My method is construction. And Swami sees, and so much work he has done, and he has become world famous. You see, in the present day language, he has become celebrity. Where Raja Ramnad himself pulled the chariot in the Chennai itself. The first day when he came from the when he came and landed in the Chennai in the train, from there to the place where he stayed, he was staying. They went. There was a horse carriage. People removed the horses, and people either from poor or young or old or even bureaucrats or business people, all of them, they drew the horse carriage by themselves. So much respect, love, reverence was shown to Swamiji. So basically he was a celebrity. But he is saying that I simply want to be like the squirrel in the building of Rama's bridge, who was quite content to put on the bridge his little coat of sandals. So such a humbleness, humility. Ramakrishna Dasoham, he says Swamiji in one of the sloka, in one of the hymn. So literally he is feeling here. So Swamiji stands for confidence, but he was never egoistic. So many times that's what, Swamiji told that we should be open, we should be blah blah, we should question, we should be rational and all, saying that we should express or we should show our ego. Many times it happens. Swamiji was open, no doubt. He was rational, no doubt. But at the same time, he was humble enough to his guru. He was never egoistic. This is the one fine difference. In the name of rationality, in the name of open-mindedness, in the name of questioning, I don't accept everything and anything I will question. In all that, we show our ego. We show our, immaturity. Swamiji also showed all that to his guru, Sri Ramakrishna, but in a in a very refined way. He didn't show his ego. He said that till I don't feel right, till I don't get convinced, I can't accept. I'm sorry, he said. But he was not egoistic. He was not rough. Rather, he was sincere. So these are the fine differences we should try to understand and we should try to inculcate. And Swamiji's humbleness, you see, magnanimous. He had a magnanimous heart, and at the same time, he was such a celebrity. He has done such a hard work, but still he is so humble. So these are the life lessons we should learn from this holy trio. All right.
This wonderful national machine has worked through ages. This wonderful river of national life is flowing before us. Who knows and who dares to say whether it is good and how it shall move? Thousands of circumstances are crowding around it, giving it a special impulse, making it dull at one time and quicker at another. Who dares command its motion? Ours is only to work, as the Gita says, without looking for results. Feed the national life with the fuel it wants, but the growth is its own. None can dictate its growth to it. Evils are plentiful in our society, but so are there evils in every other society. Here the earth is soaked sometimes with widows' tears. There in the west the air is rent with the sighs of the unmarried. Here poverty is the great bane of life. There the life weariness of luxury is the great bane that is upon the race. Here men want to commit suicide because they have nothing to eat. There they commit suicide because they have so much to eat. Evil is everywhere. It is like chronic rheumatism. Drive it from the foot, it goes to the head. Drive it from there, it goes somewhere else. It is a question of chasing it from place to place, that is all. Hey, children, to try to remedy evil is not the true way. Our philosophy teaches that evil and good are eternally conjoined, the obverse and the reverse of the same coin. If you have one, you must have the other. A wave in the ocean must be at the cost of a hollow elsewhere. Nay, all life is evil. No breath can be breathed without killing someone else. Not a morsel of food can be eaten without depriving someone of it. It is the law. This is philosophy. Therefore, the only thing we can do is to understand that all this work against evil is more subjective than objective. The work against evil is more educational than actual, however big we may talk.
Okay.
This so
Yeah.
evil is
What did you?
everywhere in Eastern as well as Western society.
Yeah. So Swamiji is giving again very clearly about India, because and also now you should remember it is from British India. In those days, every Indian, if not all, most of them were feeling very inferior about themselves to say that I am Indian. They used to feel shame to say that I am Indian. I am Indian, I am a Hindu. To say that, many of them used to feel very shy. So they had lost their self-confidence. Unfortunately, because of foreign rule continuously and all, they were kicked by Mughals and Britishers and French, Dutch, Portuguese and all. As a result, they had lost their individuality. They had lost their strength and self-confidence, if not all, common masses. So at that given point of time, Swamiji is making very important thing. This wonderful national mission has worked through ages. This wonderful river of national life is flowing before us. A river, it is not happened in one day. It is not formed in one day. It has its own curves, ups and downs. It might have seen sometimes very dry season, and in river and during rainy season, it might have seen floods, and people have misused it, abused it might be, and sometimes it has taken revenge on people through floods and all. So like this, so much ups and downs and sometimes going straight, sometimes going curved, sometimes going in the valleys and flowing in the forest, sometimes plain lands. All these things you see the life of a river, the journey of the river. So similarly, this India also has seen many things. It has seen calamities, it has seen wars, it has seen golden ages like during Maurya time or Gupta time and all. So it has seen the golden ages. And the wonderful university, the first university in the entire world was here. The maths and the science and the invention of zero, infinity, all these things were given by India. So one point of time till British was coming, the GDP of the India was, in spite of Mughals ruling, they invaded us, they looted us, Ghazni Gori looted us, Khilji looted us, we all know that. In spite of that, our GDP was 25%. Today we are speaking of 7% and we are feeling happy. Okay, but till Britishers coming, when the Britishers came, Indian GDP rate was 25%. So economically, such situation we were. But in spite of all that, because Britishers ruled us, plundered us, they systematically they destroyed our industrialization, whatever urban rural industrialization we had, they destroyed our education system. They brought a lot of wrong understandings about ourselves, about our society and other things. As a result, we thought our country and our religion, our forefathers' wisdom is not right. We should follow them properly. So if you wear like a Western dress, then you are more advanced. If you start using the Western way of eating, then you are more advanced. It happened. when I joined Alsur, uh, one of the young boy, Balak Sangha boy, young boy came and asked, Maharaj, what you used to take for your lunch box? I said, look, my mother used to prepare breakfast, South Indian, anything like poha or upama or idli, dosa or some roti or something we used to eat. And afternoon we used to take sambar and rice, mixed sambar bath, sambar and rice and curd rice we used to take. He said, oh, is it? You all take all these things? Oh, means in a very derogative way, he told. With innocence, no doubt, but in a, oh, you will take all these things like that. I thought, okay, you have got better options, better choices. I was thinking mentally, and I asked, okay, my dear, what do you take? Oh, we take bread sandwich. And he was so, what do you say, proud of that. He was saying that we will take bread sandwich like that. You see how much, I mean, so much gap I was seeing just in 10, 20 years, so much gap. We used to take curd rice or sambar rice or anything, some food, and they say that that is all not good. Bread sandwich or pasta, pizza is better. Of course, pasta, pizza has come now. In those days, it was less. In 98 and 90s or 2000 story, I'm telling you, 2000 around, say. So much, whatever is following the West, we should follow. There are some good things in them. We should accept it. We should follow, no doubt, but not everything. Not everything. So that's what Swami is telling. So India has seen its ups and downs, no doubt, my dear. Now we are in down state. We will come again above. So don't. We should understand our problems and mistakes, but don't deny them. Don't put the India and Indian ethos or Indian wisdom down. So we should be patriotic and we should have confidence. That's what Swamiji is telling. And he also says that he gives the Gita's example, like we have got only right to work, we shall work. And one more is giving a philosophical and factual things. You tell me where there is no problem, where there are no evils. Europe, continuously they fought. For example, when Europe Union, you say it is maybe 17 or 27 countries. And each country they will say, each country, if not like French, France and Germany and few countries except, most of the countries are just one district of India. The whole of Europe, if you put in India, it cannot complete. So that's the reason India is called subcontinent. In spite of whatever we have got differences, so many castes, so many languages, so many barriers we have got, but still we are united. So even Europeans, when they hear we speak like every state, we have got different languages. Within states, sometimes we have got different languages and etc. They feel awkward and they feel astonished. How do you stay? How do you communicate? How can you live together? So for Europeans, it is quite astonishing. But for Indians, it is so natural. That's the reason we don't understand many things. And Swamiji is telling again, so you tell, at that given point of time, India was suffering from poverty. That's the reason some of them, they thought we will end their life. But in the West, they have plundered the wealth of the Asia and Africa, and they have created their society in a good way, the rich people. And because of the richness, the suicides are happening. Today also we can see, comparatively to 50, 100 years, the Indian economical status has been improved. So earlier poverty was quite common, and when we were small and all, when you were small, most of you had to go by walk 5-6 kilometers. You had to fetch the water from the tank or from the well or from the bore well. You had to do a lot of physical work and all. Now the children need not to do all that, but now the children are more stressed. When any board exam results used to come, 10th standard or plus 2 and all, suicidal rates used to be there, no doubt, maybe 2, 3, 5, 10. But now, and who are dead, most of them are failed people, not past people. Now many of the incidents we are hearing, it is not just the students who have ended their life, it is not because of fail, rather because they got less marks. How much? They have got 70%, they have died. They were expecting 85, 90%. Now money, all the comforts, everything has been increased in India compared to 50 years. Then the suicidal rate was supposed to come down, but it is not so. So money is not the everything. And Swami is telling the evil is everywhere. Means the problem is everywhere. The lacunas and the challenges is everywhere. India has got its own problems, Africa has got its own problems, Europe has got its own challenges, US has got its own challenges. So, so there is no place, there is no time where the country is ideal or perfect. So there is no place, there is no civilization who can claim that we are ever perfect. So there is no country we can say they can claim that we are ever perfect. There is no problem at all with us. No, it is not possible at all. Why? Because the creation is when the creation starts, when there is a disturbance in the equilibrium. That's what Sankhya philosophy says. When the sattva, rajas, and tamas, trigunas, when the disturbance happens in the equilibrium state, sattva, rajas, and tamas, then only the creation starts. That means in the root of creation itself, there is a disturbance, imbalance. Because of the sattva, rajas or tamo গুণের মধ্যে যখন imbalance হয়, ও সময় সৃষ্টি স্টার্ট হয়। যখন সৃষ্টির মূলে তো ইমব্যালেন্স একটা আছে, তবে এই সৃষ্টির মধ্যে এই জগতের মধ্যে কিভাবে পারফেকশন আমরা এক্সপেক্ট করতে পারি? No, it is not possible. Swamiji tells very clearly, the world is a dog style. It can never be made and straight. So there was no perfect world, there is no perfect world, there will be no perfect world. Perfect world is an utopia. Means it is a mental concept. Swamiji tells very clearly, and is also telling, oh my dear, don't think that the West is everything is perfect, my dear. I have seen the West, how they have got their own problems, and we have our problems, no doubt. Let us solve. Let us try to solve. In solving the problem, let us try to work. That's what Swamiji is saying. He's saying if you have one, you must have the other. A wave in the ocean must be at the cost of a hollow elsewhere. When the wave rises, that means behind the rising wave there is hollow. After rising the wave, again it comes down, it dives down. Then again it rises. So when it rises, we are seeing from us, but behind the rising there is a hollow. That is the nature of the law. So every country, every civilization, at some point of time it rises and it stays, then slowly it comes down. Then again slowly it rises, it comes down. This ebb and tide, up and down, is a common phenomena of every country, every culture, every civilization. So because of that, don't deny my country, or don't think or don't see my country in a wrong way or in a negative way. That's what Swami is saying. Yeah.
This, first of all, is the idea of work against evil, and it ought to make us calmer. It ought to take fanaticism out of our blood. The history of the world teaches us that wherever there have been fanatical reforms, the only result has been that they have defeated their own ends. No greater upheaval for the establishment of right and liberty can be imagined than the war for the abolition of slavery in America. You all know about it. And what has been its result? The slaves are 100 times worse off today than they were before the abolition. Before the abolition, these poor Negroes were the property of somebody, and as properties they had to be looked after so that they might not deteriorate. Today, they are the property of nobody. Their lives are of no value. They are burnt alive on mere pretenses. They are shot down without any law for their murders. For they are niggers. They are not human beings. They are not even animals. And that is the effect of such violent taking away of evil by law or by fanaticism. Such is the testimony of history against every fanatical movement. Even for doing good, I have seen that. My own experience has taught me that. Therefore, I cannot join any one of these condemning societies. Why condemn? There are evils in every society. Everybody knows it. Every child of today knows it. He can stand upon a platform and give us a harangue on the awful evils in Hindu society. Every uneducated foreigner who comes here globe-trotting takes a vanishing railway view of India and lectures most learnedly on the awful evils in India. We admit that there are evils. Everybody can show what evil is, but he is the friend of mankind who finds a way out of the difficulty. Like the drowning boy and the philosopher, when the philosopher was lecturing him, the boy cried, "Take me out of the water first." So our people cry, "We have had lectures enough, societies enough, papers enough. Where is the man who will lend us a hand to drag us out? Where is the man who really loves us? Where is the man who has sympathy for us? That man is wanted." That is where I differ entirely from these reform movements. For 100 years they have been here. What good has been done except the creation of a most vituperative and most condemnatory literature? Would to God it was not here. They have criticized, condemned, abused the orthodox until the orthodox have caught their tone and paid them back in their own coin. And the result is the creation of a literature in every vernacular which is the shame of the race, the shame of the country. Is this reform? Is this leading the nation to glory? Whose fault is this?
Yeah. So Swamiji is giving a lot of analysis. Look, my dear, there is lot of problems in every country, in every society, in the name of like they say that we are all equal or openness and all. There was a slave, what do you say, slave system. Either in the Russia was different, of course. In the Europe, it was different. And the UK, US, all of them had their slave things. So, and of course, India also had, no doubt, but it was not such cruel way what we see in the Europe and etc. And in the name of religion, lot of problems have happened. For an example, people didn't accept my religion; they were burnt, literally, lively, and their buildings. We had a casteism. In the casteism, orthodoxy was there, untouchability was there. They should not sit with us. They should not come to our road. They should not use our well. All these problems we had in India, no doubt. But if you see in the western part, so there were even other religions, I mean, even among Christians itself, Catholics burnt Protestants and Protestants killed Catholics. At least we didn't kill them. So Shudras were seen in a very bad way in India, which is the mistake we did, no doubt. But we didn't kill them actually. But whereas if you see in the Europe history and all, it is very horrible. So can you show me a country or civilization where these problems were not there? So every country, every civilization had these problems, my dear. So just be open and be clear and start understanding the facts, and let us be positive about about ourselves and about our country, about our religion. That is what overall message from Swamiji, and is giving the historical evidences by and large. All right. If you got any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Yeah.
So we will stop till here today.
Yeah. Time is up, isn't it?
Yes, 10 minutes. Like that.
You got any questions? If anyone, I'll be happy to answer. ঠিক আছে, আর কারো প্রশ্ন নাই, তবে একটু একটা ভালো গল্প বলবো, শুনতে ভালো লাগে বোধহয়। কিছুদিন আগে একটা ভক্ত আমাকে বলল, ওর ভাই মানে আরব কান্ট্রিতে আছে, একটা কান্ট্রিতে ও কাজ করতে, ও ডাক্তার, কাজ করতে গিয়েছিল। একটা গভর্নমেন্ট কোম্পানি ছিল, ওটা গভর্নমেন্ট হসপিটাল বলতে, গভর্নমেন্ট হসপিটালে কাজ করছিল, ভালোই ছিল। কিছু মাসের মধ্যে ও ঢুকেছে, ও 6 মাসের মধ্যে গভর্নমেন্ট ও হসপিটালকে বিক্রি করে দিল একটা প্রাইভেট অর্গানাইজেশন, প্রাইভেট কোম্পানিকে। সো প্রাইভেট কোম্পানি এসছে, ওদের রুলস রেগুলেশনস একটু চেঞ্জ হয়েছে, আর ওদের একটু সিস্টেম চেঞ্জ হয়েছে। এমন সিস্টেম চেঞ্জ হয়েছে হে মানে ও কি বলবো, মানে সেই করতে হবে, যদি আমি ছেড়ে দিলে 2 বছর আমি আরব কান্ট্রির মধ্যে ওদের কম্পিটিটর্স এর সঙ্গে 2 বছর ও কাজ করতে পারবে না বলে একটা ও সই করা হলো। সেই করতে হবে, না হলে ছেড়ে চলে যেতে হবে ইন্ডিয়া। সো 4 মাসের মধ্যে ঢুকেছে, ও কিছু মানে কিছু মানে বিকল্প নেই, অপশনস নেই, সেই জন্য ও বাধ্য হলো সাইন করতে। 2-3 বছর সব ভালো চলছিল, পরে একটু অসুবিধা হচ্ছে, মানে খুব প্রবলেম ক্রিয়েট করছে অফিসে, কিন্তু ও ছাড়তে পারছে না, ছাড়লে তো আবার 2 বছর কোথায় কাজ করতে পারবে না। সো বাড়ি বাড়ি কিনেছে, আর ছেলে মেয়েকে দেখতে হবে, এখন সংসার চালাতে হবে, এসব অসুবিধা আছে। একদিকে অসুবিধা আছে, আর একদিকে খুব প্রেজার চলছে, খুব প্রেজার চলছে, অনেক কিছু যা হোক। ওর মন খুব খারাপ হয়ে গেছে, ডাক্তার হয়েও ওর মন খুব খারাপ হয়ে গেছে, খুব স্ট্রেস হচ্ছে, সেই জন্য ঘুমাচ্ছে না, ঘুম হচ্ছে না। সো খাওয়া দাওয়া খেতে পাচ্ছে না, ঘুম হচ্ছে না, কার সঙ্গে বেশি কথা বলতে পারছে না, অ্যাকিউট প্রবলেম হয়ে গেল। সো ঠাকুর মা স্বামীজিকে খুব মানছিল, সো ও খুব মানে প্রেয়ার করছিল, মা আমাকে রক্ষা করবেন, মা আমাকে রক্ষা করবেন, মা আমাকে ভালো করবেন, এসব ঠিক করবেন, এরকম বলে। যে হোক, এরকম প্রার্থনা করছিল। একদিন ও শুয়েছে আর ঘুমানোর জন্য চেষ্টা করছে। ওর মধ্যে একটা ওর স্বপ্ন পেয়েছে। কি স্বপ্ন? ও মায়ের মানে হি স্লিপিং অন দ্য ল্যাপ অফ মাদার। ও মায়ের পদকমলে ও শুয়ে আছে, মা বলছে বাবা শুয়ে পড়ো, ভালো পড়ে, ভালো ভালো থাকো, এরকম বলে মা বলছে। সো কিছু সময়ের মধ্যে ঠাকুর চলে এলেন। ঠাকুর বলছেন, আরে ও কত ঘুমাবে, আর কত উঠতে বলো, জপ করতে বলো। ঠাকুর বলছেন ও উঠতে বলো আর বসে জপ করতে বলো বলে ঠাকুর ওকে উঠাতে চেষ্টা করছেন। সো হি ইজ ট্রাইং টু ওয়েক হিম আপ। মা বলছেন, না না, কখনো নাই, আমার ছেলে অনেক দিনের থেকে কষ্ট পেয়েছে, সো এখন ঘুমাচ্ছে, ঘুমা, কোনো অসুবিধা নাই। সো ঠাকুর বলছেন, যদি ও তো ঘুমালে কি করে হবে, ওর আধ্যাত্মিক জীবন, আধ্যাত্মিকের উন্নতি কি করে হবে? সে ও ঘুমাতে পারবে না, না হলে ওর জীবন আধ্যাত্মিক ক্ষতি হবে, এটা আমার দায়িত্ব, সেই জন্য উঠুক, সো একটু বসে জপ করুক বলে। মা বলছে, না বাবা, আমার ছেলে এখন শুতে হবে, যদি অসুবিধা হলে এরকম ও মানে ঘুমার জন্য ওর আধ্যাত্মিকের উন্নতি হচ্ছে না বলে, ঠিক আছে, আপনি আমাকে ছেড়ে দিন, ওটা আমি দেখবো, কিন্তু আমার ছেলেকে ও ভালো করে ঘুমানোর জন্য ছেড়ে দিন বলে মা বললেন। তবে ঠাকুর চলে গেলেন। তো কিছু সময়ের মধ্যে ও স্বপ্ন ভাঙলো। ও ডাক্তার বলছে, এটা এই স্বপ্ন হবার পরে এমন আমার মনে ভালো লাগছে, একদিকে মন ভালো লাগছে, আর যা এক সপ্তাহ 2 সপ্তাহ থেকে যেমন স্ট্রেস এন্ড স্ট্রেইন ছিল মনের মধ্যে, সব চলে গেছিল। আই হ্যাড বিকাম এভার ফ্রেশ, মানে ফ্রেশনেস অ্যান্ড উইথ অল গুড হেলথ, গুড অ্যাটিটিউড, গুড পজিটিভ ভাইবস সব এসে গেছিল। আমার খুব ভালো লাগলো। ঠাকুর আর মাকে আবার 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 প্রণাম করলেন। মায়ের কৃপা, অহেতুক কৃপা বলে ও বলছিল। মানে এটা একটা স্বপ্ন, এটা নিশ্চয়ই, কিন্তু এখনো আমরা যদি মানে ডিপলি প্রেয়ার করলে ঠাকুর মা স্বামীজি গুরুদেব ওদের কৃপা, ওদের হেতু কৃপা আমাদের উপরে আছে, এটা আমরা ভাবতে হবে, একটু ভালো করে প্রার্থনা করতে হবে, ওদেরকে মনে নিয়ে চলতে হবে। ওরা আছে, আমরা মায়ের ছেলে, মায়ের পদকমলে আছি আমরা, মা দেখেন আমাদের, মা রক্ষা করেন বলে এটা বিশ্বাস দরকার, আর প্রার্থনা দরকার, আর মা ঠাকুরকে নিয়ে আমরা চলতে হবে। চললে সব ঠিকঠাক হবে। ঠিকঠাক হবে মানে কি, অসুবিধাগুলো তো থাকবে নিশ্চয় বটে, কিন্তু এগুলো সহ্য করতে আর এগিয়ে যেতে আমাদেরকে সুবিধা হবে বলছি আর কি। ওম শান্তি শান্তি শান্তি। হরি ওম তৎসৎ। শ্রীরামকৃষ্ণার্পণমস্তু।
Maharaj, next class.
Next class.
Jai Ram Krishna Swamiji.
Jai Ram Krishna. 11th.
Okay.
মহারাজজি আমার প্রণাম নেবেন। নাগপুর থেকে রমা ঘোষ, ভালো থাকবেন। মহারাষ্ট্র।
প্রণাম মহারাজ।
প্রণাম মহারাজ।
বাঙালি থেকে নীলিশ বলছি। খুব ভালো লাগলো।
প্রণাম মহারাজ।
এক একজন কথা বলবেন, আমি শুনতে পারি।
মহারাজ, আমি ব্যাঙ্গালোর থেকে নীলি সিনহারায় বলছি, আপনি আমার প্রণাম নেবেন। গল্পটা খুব ভালো লাগলো মহারাজ।
প্রণাম নেবেন মহারাজ, প্রণাম নেবেন মহারাজ। আমি উড়িষ্যার থেকে বলছি।
নমস্কার, সবাই ভালো থাকবেন।
ভালো থাকবেন, মাঝে মাঝে আসবেন এরকম প্রত্যেক সপ্তাহে, খুব ভালো থাকবেন।
প্রণাম মহারাজ।
ঠিক আছে, নমস্কার, সবাই ভালো থাকুক। ঠাকুর মা স্বামীজি আপনাদের সবার উপরে কল্যাণ করুক। জয় ঠাকুর, জয় মা, জয় স্বামীজি।